Ready for a deep dive? We're talking small-town grit, heart. A team that put in the work. It's about way more than the final score this time.
I love that.
Like, imagine getting a glimpse into what makes a team tick, not just those headlines, you know. That's us today. Gilpin County Eagles, their big win. But we're going deeper.
Even for someone who's not, like, glued to the sports page, those stories hook you, right?
Yeah.
The dedication, the teamwork, that's universal.
Exactly. And the Eagles. Packed with those moments, they crushed South Park 42-12.
Wow.
But the score is just the start. Coach Ball's insights, the town itself, that's the good stuff.
Totally. Behind the scenes is where it gets really interesting. What makes this win so special? That's the story we're after.
Couldn't agree more. So the game itself, total domination.
Yeah.
Over 100 rushing yards each. Starkey and Marr, Thunder and Lightning. They've earned that nickname.
See, nicknames are fascinating. Highlight individual skills, sure, but Thunder and Lightning,
Yeah.
you instantly get that partnership, how they work together, teamwork right there in the name.
Right. It wasn't just individuals, though. Church, 2 interceptions. One for a pick 6. Defense wins championships, too.
Especially when the offense is racking up points like that, easy to forget the defense, but those turnovers, Gilpin was ready for anything. Depth.
And they had an answer for everything.
Yeah.
We even had Mason Seckler grabbing a touchdown.
And that's why these deep dives are so great. The specific moments, Seckler stepping up, contributing, we've all been there, right? Trying to play our part.
Totally. Speaking of, how about that 50-yard touchdown pass? School to church changed the game.
Strategic play right there. This wasn't just running over the other team. They were smart about it. Adaptability on the field, in life. So crucial.
For sure. By halftime, it was clear Gilpin had it in the bag, 36-6. But game's not over till it's over.
Exactly. That's where the mental game comes in. Staying focused, keeping that drive, even when you're ahead. Second half will be telling.
So Eagles soaring high at the half.
Right.
But it's how they come back that shows you something, right? And this is where Coach Ball's take on it is just insightful. He's not just watching plays. He's seeing all the work behind them.
Yeah, that coach's perspective is so interesting, right? They see what nobody else does, all that effort, the team dynamic, how these guys grow when there's no crowd, no lights.
Exactly. And Coach Ball, he says it's straight up. This wasn't luck, oh no. He's calling it the outcome of, quote, months of dedication and hard work. Months, going all the way back to summer camp even. That foundation.
Man, that's such a good point. Dedication, showing up when nobody's giving you a medal for it. We could all use a bit of that, huh? Work project, some hobby, even just taking care of yourself. It's the little stuff that adds up.
100%. And it's rare you do it alone too, right?
Yeah.
Coach Ball is quick to point out the coaching staff, especially the new guys this year.
3 new coaches. That's kind of a big deal, isn't it? Instead of sticking with what he knew, bring in new eyes.
And not just A&I new eyes, but specialists. Defensive line, wide receivers, each one boosting a specific thing.
Showing that even when you're at the top, knowing what you don't know, that's huge. Finding the right people to fill those gaps.
Exactly. It's like that self-awareness is crucial in the game, in life. Coach Ball even called out Coach Jones, saying he's the reason those linemen are so tough now. Then Coach Knudsen, all about speed and agility, and Stranley, bringing that strategic mind to the defense. Each one, key piece.
It really is like building some high-performance machine, you know? Every part matters. Each person has their strength, and when it clicks, beautiful. That goes way past football, honestly. Think of a company killing it, a community that thrives. It's people playing their positions well.
Total team effort. And speaking of teams, those players themselves. Coach Ball mentioned how important leadership's been, especially with this year's seniors. Biggest group since 2017.
Experience, man. Cannot fake that. Those guys who've been through the ringer, they set the tone. Younger guys watch, they learn. It's huge.
And these seniors, they're walking the walk. There's this quote, really stuck with me. Pressure to perform is a privilege, straight from the team.
Whoa. That's not your average locker room talk. That's deep. It's like flipping the script. Pressure ain't a bad thing. It's a chance. Makes you think of that saying, pressure makes diamonds, right?
Right. And what's crazy is this isn't some giant program with endless talent. 27 guys, a bunch of them brand new to this whole football thing.
Which loops us right back to that growth we talked about, doesn't it? Coach Ball adding those JV games, giving those new guys a shot. That's a team that invests in its people. I love that.
It's bigger than just this season, you know? Building something that lasts, that dedication.
So third quarter, things get real interesting here because that lead's comfy, but a game ain't over till it's over.
All right, back in the action. Third quarter. Gilpin's up, but, you know, South Park, they're not going down without a fight. What did we see?
Well, scoreboard makes it look kind of quiet, right? No points this quarter. But I'd say This is Gilpin mentally tough as nails.
Holding that lead, not letting it get to them.
Exactly. Think about it. The other team, they're desperate now. Every yard matters. And Gilpin's defense shut him down every single drive. That's discipline, trusting the guy next to you. You don't get that by accident.
A bend don't break, that's the saying.
Right, you got it. And that sets up the fourth quarter perfectly. Offense had their break, now they're back. Sechler, remember him, caps an 80-yard drive with a touchdown. Boom!
80 yards. That's not just running around. That's a team clicking on every level. Pressure's on, and they deliver.
Demoralizing if you're the other guys, for sure. But Gilpin wasn't done. Church missed or 2 interceptions, grabs another one, and this time, pick 6. Takes it all the way.
This guy, 2 picks in one game, 1 for a touchdown. Legendary.
Shows you his range, too. We were just talking about those specialist coaches, right? Church, he's the total package. Defense, offense. This kid can ball.
No doubt. And that seems to be the theme, doesn't it? Right guy, right moment, all adding up to this win.
That's teamwork, baby. Individual talent, great coaching. It all comes together. Beautiful thing to watch.
And you can't forget, behind it all, the heart of it all, the Gilpin community. This win's bigger than just those guys on the field, you know?
Absolutely. That's what makes these stories sing, right? It's the whole town, the ups and downs, that shared pride. That's something special, man.
Coach Ball even said it straight up, quote, "Our community should take pride in these young men, not just for the wins, but for all those hours nobody sees, the work they put in to be ready."
And he gets it. The scoreboard's only part of the story. It's the dedication, sticking with it when things are tough. That's what builds character. That's what matters. In the game, out of the game. Everywhere.
Showing up, even when it's just you and that weight bench, nobody clapping, that's where you find out who you are.
Truth. And that's what I take away from these Eagles. That's the legacy they're building, win or lose. Dedication, teamwork, a whole community having their back. They're setting the bar high, man.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I keep thinking about that pride Coach Ball talked about, not just in the win, but the grind. What about you listening? What deserves that kind of pride in your life?
That's what I'm walking away with today. We all got those things right. The quiet efforts, nobody sees them, but they add up to something meaningful. That's a victory worth celebrating.
Couldn't agree more. That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep striving for those victories, big and small. They all matter.